thank you for staying right here with us on We Connect, back with our discussion with actor Ajith Kumar. Now, we are sitting here in Chennai. We've got all the major car companies based right here, producing millions of cars a day, which all of us Indians are buying. Do you think that there is enough sponsorship for motor racing from within the auto industry?
Today, unfortunately, no.
That's bad, isn't it?
It's not bad. It's all about to be honest, I don't think I'm authority on motorsports to be talking about this. But then, today if you have a lot of people sponsoring cricket, it's also because of the exposure that game has, the exposure that game commands from the people, from the common man. And if you look at how cricket started, it was a game that was played by the royals.
Indeed, yes.
So that's how it followed. So exactly. So if we can have a lot of attention given to the telecast of events. Now, if you see, most of the time these races are deferred; they're not live telecasts. But if you look at most of the championships today, like F2, they're going to be beamed live to 37 countries. So if channels here in our country can give more importance to telecasting those events live, I'm sure people will get to know more about the sport and start following it. And I hope my presence in the Formula 2, irrespective of where I finish, be it back marker or I don't finish, if somebody is willing to give it a shot, try and beam it live to our state, to our country, and so that we get to see talented drivers like Arman and Parthiv driving for our country. And when we're driving, we know that we're being watched by millions back home. That by itself is a motivating factor.
Indeed. I remember in Southeast Asia, when Karun Chandok was actually racing there, I was in fact the only Indian at that course, at that track, actually watching him. And it was a terrible feeling, actually.
Depressing, very
depressing. Very depressing. I thought, how could he ever be racing there, with what spirit and with what heart, Perhaps one of the nice things to do would be, why not tempt some more celebs to actually get into it? Has that ever occurred to you, that if there were more celebrities like yourself who were actually participating in motor racing, that would actually up the ante, wouldn't it?
I haven't thought about that, honestly, because, again, for example, I started racing before I came to films.
Okay.
So I'm not venturing into something which I don't know anything about.
So motor racing is your first love then?
Yes, I used to race motorbikes way back in 1990s.
Yes, I know. Yes, of course.
So, and I grew up watching racing at Sholabram, because a few of my father's friends used to race for Mr. Vijay Mallya's team. Then it used to be Team Dippies in the mid 70s and late 70s. Then it went on to become Team McDowell's. And today, Mr. Vijay Mallya is actually a proud team boss of Force One India.
Right.
So motorsports has come a very long way.
Indeed, I'm sure it's got a long way to go as well. What about your movies now? If I can touch very briefly, you're getting ready for your 50th film now, and how do you see that going? I mean, what can we expect from you? Blockbuster?
I wish we all had a formula for a blockbuster.
You've had some in your time.
We've had some, yes. I mean, sometimes it's being in the right place, the right time, with the right people, with the right script. So it's a combination of a lot of things that actually fall together. And just to refresh your memory, I am a first-generation actor in my family.
Indeed, yes. You don't come from a film.
I don't come from a film, yes. So I had to actually learn everything through experience. So I've had a few hard knocks, many hard knocks to get to where I am.
You've done pretty well, Ajit.
I'd like to believe so. I'd like to believe that I have come a long way. But then again, as long as you're willing to learn, there's nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams, or at least getting close to your goals.
Right. What about your father or anybody else in the family? Did any of them actually race, two-wheelers or cars?
No. Again, I'm the first generation, let's say, racer in my family.
So you're blazing quite a trail really within your own circle, isn't it?
If that's a compliment, yes.
It's meant to be a compliment, actually.
Thank you.
Now, of course, your wife was a film star as well, and I was just wondering, in terms of her contribution to what you're actually doing, I don't mean films, but what about in motor racing? I mean, it can't be very easy for her to stand by and watch you in a sport that can be often very dangerous, I'm sure. How does Shalini cope with it?
She's an extremely bold woman. And in fact, she started working very young when she was 3.5 years old. And she gave up, she quit the industry when a lot of women were actually starting their careers. So in her own way, she has been through a lot of hardship in life. And a very mature woman for her age. And she stood by me through my tough times. And in fact, I consider myself blessed to have Shalini as my wife. And I don't wish to, I don't want people to think I'm trying to sound politically right by saying this, but I think she's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Really? That's a marvelous compliment.
Yes, I mean, we do have our share of proximity squabbles, but then the good thing is we don't sleep over it. We don't. We
Sort it out.
We're more like friends. We sort it out, and there's a lot of mutual respect, and the most important, space. I think every relationship needs space, and she gives me my space when I need it, and vice versa. I give her space when she needs it.
Right. So going back to films, are you looking forward to this 50th film of yours that's going to be directed by Gautam Menon? I mean, are you, because you have a reputation, and I don't mean in Gautam Menon's case, but you've given an opportunity to lots of first-time directors to actually work alongside you and to work with you.
Yes,
that's a nice thing to have done, really, isn't it?
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
of
proud
it.
of it.
Looking forward to this 50th film, Ajith?
Very much, very much. I have agreed to do a film in October for Cloud9. That's a production company which is being managed by Mr. Dayanidhi Aragiri. It's a milestone film. I mean, in the sense like there were times when actors went on to do 150 odd films, 180 films, but today I think times have changed, and I consider it a major landmark in my career to be getting very close to 50 films, and trust me when I say this. I mean, it's been a very difficult journey.
I would imagine
very
so.
difficult and a very, very lonely journey.
Right. You have a beautiful little 2-year-old daughter, and will your family, your wife and your daughter, actually be traveling around when you're going to the Formula 2?
Yes, they will.
Where will they will join you
Hopefully,
somewhere?
I will be based in UK till the championship gets over, and yes, we will be based in somewhere in the heart of London, and travel to places whenever the races happen. Like it would happen in 8 other European countries like Portugal, Spain, Italy, Czechoslovakia, Morocco. And I'm looking forward to this championship, and I'm also looking forward to spending quality time with my family back there.
Well, that's great, Ajith. We really want to thank you. I want to wish you the very, very best of luck, and I hope you do absolutely fabulously. We'll be watching out for you, and of course, we'll be cheering for you alongside your wife and your daughter.
Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for having me over.
Thanks
on the show.
so much indeed. Well, that's about it on We Connect. Of course, we'll be back with you next week at the same time. And until then, of course, keep watching. Remember, NDTV Hindu, it's your channel. So goodbye and take care.